What up, amazing people? Wagwan, me brother Wagwan, me sure it's Talk with the Lord. I am Lord Mickey. Super excited to be back up on another episode of Talk with the Lord. And always a pleasure to be the one who speaks and you get to listen and engage. And I want to say thank you so much for listening once again. It's another episode, and we definitely will still have the ground to share our opinions on whatever topic it is I raise. But for the next set of episodes I'm going to be dropping, I really just don't want to throw questions around anymore like I've done in the 7 previous episodes, right? This is about me sharing more of my thoughts and touching on random topics and just telling you my 2 cents about what those topics carry. And as well, I would love to know what you think by the end of the day. So we're all still included in everything that happens, right? We're all still included. But this time around, for the next set of episodes I'm going to be dropping, is just me sharing my thoughts about random topics. And that which I have picked for this week, for this episode, for this Saturday, has so much to do with generosity. But this time around, there's always been this crazy debate, year in, year out. We see it spark on social media about if you should keep your camera home when you're doing acts of kindness to people randomly and all that stuff. Because sometimes you cannot even really tell the genuineness of people's acts towards another. Like, why are you doing this to this person? Do you really care about them? Are you really being generous? So you're just doing this for the purpose of content. Like, why are you with the camera? So I really am just going to share what I think. But before I say if you should keep the camera home or not, I want to first clear out that I honestly do not care much what your intentions are when you go out there and you try to help people. Honestly, I care not much what your intentions are. As long as you're not trying to harm them, you're not putting them in harm's way, no problem. If you're doing it for the purpose of content and you don't really care too much about them, if you're doing it because you really care about them, if you're doing it because an organization sponsored you to do it and not really because it's your thing, for whatever reason it is, you are out there putting smiles on people's faces, I really don't care. Like, mine is you're taking them from point 0 to point 50, 100, 200 to whatever level you're taking them up to, just to ensure that they have something to hold on to. At least the helpless can become hopeful. You are giving them hope, you're making them happy, you're making them feel alive. That's all I am concerned about. Whatever your intentions are, I honestly don't care much. Now, should you keep the camera home? See, honestly, it is your decision. I feel it's people's decisions if they decide to keep their camera home. Like, I don't. There's no big deal. There's really no big deal about it. I don't really think there should be a big deal about it. And if you want to have the camera with you as well, there really is not much of a big deal about it. The only thing I would just say is um try to seek for people's consent before you have them on record. Don't just go about recording people without seeking their consent. It's really important that you at least still give them that right, their privacy, that you ask for their permission before you put them on record. The fact that you are trying to be kind towards them or you're being generous towards them does not mean they have no right. They're still humans, all right? So if it's a person, a group of people, whatever it is you're doing, seek their consent before you put them on camera. I just think that's what settles everything. Honestly, that's what settles. For me, it's two things. The first thing is about your intentions. I honestly don't care much about your intentions as long as you're not trying to harm anybody. I really don't care much about your intentions. Mine is you're making people feel happy and feel better. I'm okay with that, right? And the second thing is, if you are deciding to go out with your camera to, just document the event so you can have people inspired or make them understand that they can as well be good to people. You don't really have to, wait for someone to do this before you do that. Like, it's really inspiring. We've seen videos where people are being kind towards, other people, and sometimes you're moved to tears because you feel so inspired and so emotional and you feel motivated, like, oh really, so there is still humanity, there is still hope for us, things like that. this documented events would give you that. If these events were never really documented, you probably would never have had that, experience of having to feel moved, inspired by the acts of kindness of these people. So yeah, it really is nice. It really is nice for you to go out with your camera sometimes. But if you want to do that, please ensure that you seek the consent of the person you are recording or the people you are recording before you do that. That's just what I think about that. These are the two things I'm holding on to. For the purpose of repetition and for it to sync properly, first thing is I really don't care much about your intentions as long as you're not harming anybody. Second thing is, if you're going out with your camera, please do well to record the event, but please ask for people's permissions. Don't go about recording people randomly because you wouldn't want that done to you. I mean, your privacy is very, very important to you. You don't want to wake up one morning and then your face is all over social media, or your friend's face, or your uncle's face is all over social media. Getting help from someone, getting help from someone. And just seek for people's consent. Seek for people's consent. Yeah. I really would still love to know what you think. Um, like I said, the next set of episodes I really am going to be dropping will be me just sharing my thoughts randomly, and getting to know what I think about certain topics. I still will really look out for what you have to say or write concerning it. But please, until then, always try to not only listen but share with people. Talk with the Lord. Each episode of Talk with the Lord, so we can just grow our audience base, because it really means so much to me, and I believe the farther we go, the better we get as well. Right? Thank you very much for listening up until now. Really a very big pleasure to have you listen up until now. I hope you try everything you can to enjoy the rest of the weekend. I really am not my best, so even from the way I deliver this, you can tell there's something wrong somewhere. I really am not my best before recording this. But I believe it's just a phase, it's a process, and everything is really going to be fine by the end of the day. And I'm giving you that hope as well. So please never let go. Things are definitely going to get better. Chains of events have always happened to tell you that no matter what it is you're going through, they can always get better. Things can always get better, right? We might never really get to remember while we're going through that phase, but it's always there. It's always there. You've faced so many things time and time and over again, and you overcome them. So don't worry. It's always going to get better. All right. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Happy weekend to you. Thank you so much.